who tonight bring you Peter Lawford and James Whitmore in For Value Received with Marie Windsor.
I'm Bob Maxwell, and from the Ford Motor Company engineering staff, here's Mr. Harry Smith, top engineer on Ford engines. Mr. Smith has come to talk combustion chambers, but perhaps some of us don't recall what a combustion chamber is.
Well, it's the place inside an engine where the gasoline and air mixture is ignited to make the engine go. Right there. And the better you design the combustion chamber, the more energy you can get from the gasoline to run the car.
I understand, Mr. Smith, that the 254 Ford engines feature a new combustion chamber design, the turbo wedge.
That's right, and turbo wedge stands for turbulence, which is vital for burning. You know how turbulence from a bellows will help make a fire burn better and hotter. In Ford's engines, we create a real tornado of turbulence at the top of the piston stroke by forcing the fuel mixture from this narrow area into the wedge chamber at jet speed.
Then the spark ignites the fuel while it's still swirling?
Exactly. You get more complete burning of the fuel. And this means that every 54 Ford owner will get better performance from every drop of gasoline.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. The turbo wedge combustion chamber is just one more feature that makes the new Y-Block V8 and the new I-Block 6 the most modern automobile engines in the industry.
Sorry you don't like the menu in this noble establishment. I should have had the Waldorf send you over a steak.
Hey, what time you got?
Oh, me? 90 days.
Hands off. Keep moving.
I'm gone. You know they got no right to do this, don't
Yeah, I know. You told me.
they? The judge got everything all balled up.
Yeah, the judge is very narrow-minded, especially when it comes to disturbing the peace.
I wasn't disturbing the peace. That's what I've been...
Pay the $25 fine and you get out.
Sure, are you kidding? $25, is he kidding? It's over 80 cents I'm in here.
80 cents?
80 cents.
80 cents.
Just this morning, I take a job as a condiment in a beanery. And the first thing the boss says to me is, don't touch the cash register. I make the change. You know, like we're going to steal some of his lousy money or something. So I sling a couple of breakfasts, and then it hits me. He's shortchanging the customers.
And so you become champion of the people?
No. If they're so much in a hurry to get to work that they got no time to count their change, that's their business. But comes quitting time, and I ask for my dough, and he gives me $4 instead of the $4.80 I got coming to me. That's when the trouble starts.
The 80 cents.
Yeah, the 80 cents. I say one side buster and stick my hand into the cash register.
And get caught.
I was just trying to get my 80 cents, buddy. But he don't see it that way, no. He calls me a name I don't like, so bam! And then he reaches for a bottle and... Pow!
All right, pipe down.
All right, all right, all right. And I hear him tell us to think I was trying to kill him or something.
Kill him.
Yeah, I should have. Judge says I'm going to give you a big break. Some break, huh? What do you in for?
Well, it's a long story. I'd rather not tell it if you don't mind. John.
I came as soon as I could. I told you this would happen, Randy.
I didn't think anybody could go this far. Get me out of here, will you, John?
That's been taken care of.
Hey, buddy, is this your lawyer?
Yeah.
How about give me a chance to talk to that judge again, huh?
Get in there and sit down.
Good luck, pal. Yeah, I'll see you at the polo match.
What a day. I'm beat.
Well, sit down. I'll fix you a drink.
Thanks. I can use one. You know, I still can't believe that Lorna do this to me. And after that huge settlement that she got.
You knew all about Lorna when you married her.
Well, that she was demanding, yes. Extravagant, yes. But that she was vicious, no.
And you're the only one who didn't. Nobody else gave the marriage more than a year.
Well, I fooled him. It lasted 7.
Thanks to your son.
Tony? No. No, it just took that long for even Lorna to go through my money. Well, here's to a great love that wound up in jail because of unpaid alimony.
Forget it. You're out now.
I don't know when I'll ever be able to pay you back for getting me out. I haven't got enough money to cover my laundry.
Here. This'll take care of your laundry.
What is it?
$2,000.
Oh, now, wait a minute. That's the money I paid you for handling the divorce.
I can wait, but I don't know about your other creditors.
But I'll just have to be patient.
It isn't as simple as that. You owe them $100,000.
Correction. $120,000. You forgot Lorna's back alimony.
Randy, tomorrow I've got to file a petition for bankruptcy. It's the only way.
I know. I saw it coming. Ah, end of the line.
Nonsense. Men lose fortunes every day and start new ones.
Except that I never made mine in the first place. It was my father's, and his father's before.
Just don't give up.
If I ever do, John, it won't be your fault.
It's getting along. Why don't you join me later for dinner?
No, thanks. I wouldn't be very good company. Besides, I've got some thinking to do.
Well, don't worry. Things will work out. If you change your mind, I'll be at the club.
Sure, John.
Don't bother to show me out.
Good night. Tony, what are you doing?
Talking to you. Mom went out and the nurse is writing a letter. But I don't know about William.
What happened to William?
He had 6 puppies.
I told you not to name your dog William.
I'll think of the girl's name.
Listen, Tony, do you know where we're going on Saturday? To the circus.
Saturday I'm going on a boat.
No, Tony, I said the circus. Unless you'd rather go rowing in the park.
Not one of those. A big, big boat. With a big, big whistle that goes...
Well, look, tell me about it on Saturday, Tony. Be a good boy. And mind nurse. Goodbye, Tony. Lorna, what do you want?
It seems there are a few of Tony's toys here, which he simply can't live without, so we've come to pick them up, if you don't mind.
He keeps those toys here for his visits.
Well, you know how children are. Now he wants them. Collins, you know where Tony's room is. Get everything that's on the list.
Why Collins? Did you think I might get violent if you came alone?
Well, there have been some nasty scenes in the past, if you'll recall.
And this time you knew there'd be no making up with a pearl necklace or a platinum menke. Lorna, how could you go so far as to have me put in jail?
I didn't make the law, and you are 20,000 in arrears. I didn't like you, darling, not to pay your debt.
I haven't got it, Lorna. I swear I haven't.
And Collins, don't forget his box of jet planes. We may not be able to buy them.
Buy them where?
Randy, don't be a bore.
I just talked to Tony on the phone. He said something about a boat.
I've booked passage for Saturday.
You're not taking him?
Of course I am. The climate on the Riviera will be marvelous for him. Hurry, Collins.
You can't take him that far away. I do have some rights.
And responsibilities, like paying your alimony. 20,000, Randy. Pay it and I'll leave Tony with you.
I haven't got it, Lorna. I've told you that.
Then Tony goes with me to Europe.
I have the toys, Mrs. Evans.
Sorry, Randy. But if you can't afford your son, I'll have to take him with me.
Collins, that one's broken. Buy him a new one, will you?
Sure, Mr. Evans. You're the boss.
Collins.
you what?
Somebody paid your fine.
25 bucks worth? Are you kidding?
What am I, a comedian? Somebody sprung you. Come
I
on.
don't even know anybody that's got 25 bucks.
Well, of course, if you'd rather put up lace curtains and call it home.
No. I still say it's a mistake. Or is it?
It's no mistake, Joe.
Well, why should you get so big-hearted all of a sudden?
Let's get out of here.
Sure. Let's get out of here. I still don't understand what I'm doing here. Why you should bail me out of jail just... What a joint. You know, I still think I gotta write you some answers. Come on, fella, give, will you?
Oh, maybe I like your company.
Sure, you like my company so much you smuggle me up in a freight elevator. Why?
Well, I couldn't get you by the doorman looking like that. Drink?
No, thanks. I never drink on an empty stomach.
Well, something to eat, then.
Yeah, I'd like a steak. A big, thick steak.
You got it, with all the trimmings. I'll call room service. You want to clean up while it's on its way?
Sure. Lead me to my Turkish bath.
This way.
How many guys live here?
Just me.
You mean only suits are yours?
All 40. Help yourself.
40 suits.
Shirts, socks, underwear. Take what you want.
I don't want anything, mister. What's the angle?
Does everything have to have an angle, Joe?
Yeah.
All right, I got a proposition for you.
Good. What is it?
It'll wait. There's a razor and some blades in the bathroom. And an excellent shower. How do you like your steak?
Oh, rare. Very rare.
Room service, please. Hello, room service? This is Mr. Evans in 1202. Yes, I'd like to order dinner for one, please.
Ford Theater will resume in a moment. This year, Ford, the WHITMORE car, declares a dividend. A dividend that makes it worth even more for 54. You get a dividend in styling with Ford's clean, handsome lines and new interior luxury. A dividend in performance with either of Ford's two new engines, the 130 horsepower Y-Block V8 or the 115 horsepower Mileage Maker 6. A dividend in economy with longer engine life and more miles per gallon of gas. Notice the new Astrodial control panel that makes instruments easier to read. Just one of Ford's many safety dividends. In the 54 Ford, you also get a dividend in roadability that comes from the new ball joint front suspension, exclusive to Ford in its field, with new stability on turns and new riding comfort on any road. Add to these the extra dividends Ford offers as worthwhile optional additions. Ford-O-Matic Drive, Master Guide power steering, Swift Sure power brakes, power lift windows, and four-way power seats. Then you'll know why, more than ever, Ford for 1954 is the standard for the American road.
What happened after that, Joe?
Well, I went into the Army like a million other guys. They give me a medal. But that's enough about me, Mr. Evans. What about this proposition?
After your dinner. Go ahead.
Well, that's it. Give me a medal, and I was Joe Green, big hero. So how do I wind up? Joe Green, big zero.
If you could change all that, Joe, what would you do?
I did a lot of thinking about that today. You know, jail's a great place for thinking. I go back to Kittery.
Kittery?
Yeah. Kittery, Kansas. Population 2012. That's where I was born. I go back and get me a farm.
A nice piece of land, all your own, huh?
Yeah, with no boss over me. What would I use for money?
Money?
Yeah, me and it are strangers.
How would you like to get acquainted with, say, $2,000?
Well, I can't even count that high.
Here it is, Joe. $2,000 and it's all yours.
Well, I knew it couldn't be legit.
Legit?
Yeah. A house, the clothes, the chow. Now this can't be.
It is legitimate, Joe.
A proposition that pays $2,000? You know, Mr. Evans, it's like the guy said, who have I got to kill?
Me.
What?
Me.
Oh, cut the comedy.
I'm not trying to be funny, Joe.
What's that for?
To kill me.
Well, you're not making any sense.
$2,000 does, Joe.
You're nuts.
No. No, not nuts. No, it's pure logic. I've thought over all my problems very carefully, and, well, there's only one way out. To kill myself. And no soap. It's the story of my life, though. Every time there's something important to do, I'm just not up to it. So I hire somebody else to do it for me.
Like me?
Yeah, like you.
Well, you got the wrong guy this time.
You were willing to kill that guy for 80 cents?
Well, I was a little different.
The difference between 80 cents and $2,000.
Well, you see, murder just ain't my line, that's all. I ain't interested.
It's not murder, Joe. It's a clean case of suicide with a well-established motive. $2,000, Joe.
No, thanks.
Well, that farm back in Kittery you wanted, don't you?
Yeah, but not enough to kill for it.
You killed before in the war.
I know, that was different.
I know it was different. The men you killed didn't want to die. I do.
Why? Can't be the money, not with $2,000 floating around loose.
What's the use of $2,000 when you owe $100,000? I'm facing bankruptcy, Joe.
So you face it, Mr. Evans. You know, you're not the first guy that ever lived high, wide, and handsome and then went crash. This is no reason to kill yourself.
Look, I'm heavily insured. I have enough money to pay off all my debts. I'd be in the clear.
I'm sorry, I don't buy it.
Why not?
Well, it can't be the whole story. Could it have anything to do with that dame in there? Who? You know, the picture of the beautiful dame with the stone-hard kisser in there.
You're the first man that ever described Lorna quite like that. She was my wife.
What'd you do, walk out on you? For this, you're gonna kill yourself?
What's so funny about that?
Well, are you kidding? This happens to everybody. It happened to me. Only she was a waitress. But they walk out in mink or an apron. It still hurts the same way. But that's no reason to kill yourself. You just look around at all the rest of the dames in the world, and then if you're dumb enough, you pick yourself another one. Right?
Well, there is more to the story, Joe. I have a son. She's taking him to Europe because I can't afford to keep him. My insurance provides a trust fund for him. His future would be insured. Oh, look, Joe. Nobody saw you come up here. That's why we took the freight elevator. Dinner for one. The waiter will say I was alone. I've written a suicide note. It's all worked out, Joe. It can't miss.
Can't miss, huh?
And, Joe, tonight, I don't care where it is, just so long as it looks like suicide. The money will be in my pocket.
You sure got it all planned out, I'll say that for you.
And, Joe, whenever you're ready, pick your spot.
My spot? Oh, yeah.
And, Joe, no warning, huh? Just do it.
Do it.
And, Joe, I would prefer if you didn't wait too long. So perhaps sometime when I'm least expecting it.
Oh, sure, yeah. It's getting kind of stuffy in here. What do you say we take a little walk?
Well, the building is soundproof.
Yeah, I know, but I'd like to get a little fresh air.
Oh. Well, there's a quiet little park.
Oh, great. dirt feels all right. How about that? Good soil for farming right in the middle of a big city. You take the field.
Well, I'll take your word for it.
All right, go ahead. Take the field.
That's fine.
Isn't that great?
Look, Joe. Yeah? Let's get back to the apartment and get on with it, shall we?
Oh, yeah, sure. Please get that air. Isn't that great? Hey, Randy, tell me something. Did you ever smell the earth just as you turn that first furrow with a plow?
Look, Joe, if you don't
You know
want
something? I think I got a way out of this whole thing for both of us.
Such as?
Such as you and me buy a farm together.
A what?
A farm. You know, farming's scientific these days, and there's one thing you still got, and that's your college education.
So?
So, you learn farming out of books these days. You get them from the agricultural college, but you got to be able to read them, and that's where you come in. You read them, explain them to me, and I do the work.
Me on a farm?
You, why not? What is it, slumming or something?
No, it isn't that, Joe. Thanks, anyway. My mind's made up. Look, the town is full of men that'll do this. If you won't.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of guys that can win for that kind of thing. $2 grand's a lot of money.
Well, all right.
But you go on home first. I'll be along in a minute.
You won't.
Now, relax. Win, lose, or draw, I'll be there. I promise.
Tony, for heaven's sake, that wasn't funny at all.
I'm sorry, Mother.
Colin, some friends of mine are picking me up, and I've given the nurse the evening off. I want you to stay with Tony.
Yes, Miss Evans.
Oh, boy. And Collins can help me fix my plane.
Sure, Tony. Sure. Come on. Hi. I'd like to see Miss Evans, please.
She expecting you?
It's all right. I'm a friend of Mr. Evans. Miss Evans?
Yes?
My name's Green. I'm a friend of your husband's.
I have no husband.
Well, I mean your ex-husband.
Collins, will you please take Tony to his room?
Yes, Miss Evans.
Go on, I haven't much time.
Well, as a matter of fact, neither have I. I'd like to borrow Tony for a couple hours, if you don't mind.
What?
To go see his father.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Well, what's so ridiculous about a kid going to see his dad?
Who are you, anyway?
Well, I told you, I'm a friend of your husband's. We met this morning in jail.
That figures.
Oh, well, good. Then how about the boy, huh?
I think not.
Randy's coming apart at the seams, Miss Evans.
That's very interesting. Good night.
I said Randy's coming apart at the seams.
You'll have to leave now. I'm expecting guests.
Yeah. I think he's going to blow his brains out.
Randy? Don't be silly. He wouldn't have the nerve.
How could he ever fall in love with a dame like you? I think he should have belted you around a little, sweetheart. You know, some women need it. You got nothing inside you except a great big dollar sign, sweetheart.
Colin!
When a man loves his kid as much as he loves Tony, he's got a right to be with him. Much more right than you got. It's all right, I'm going. You're not good enough to shine his shoes, sweetheart. All I want to do was take the kid over so his dad could know he had something to live for.
I know. I'll meet you in the garage with the boy in about 20 minutes.
Thanks a lot.
Come in. Well, I thought you weren't coming.
I said I would, didn't I?
Well,
It's no dice. I can't do it. I want that farm so bad I can taste it, but not this way.
Tony.
Hi, Daddy.
Tony, how did you get here?
Mom went out and Joe said it was a surprise. And I can play here a while.
Joseph. That's where you went. See my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Tony, go set up your trains. I'll be in a minute.
Okay, Daddy.
Why did you do that?
I thought you were getting so mixed up with your own problems that you'd forgotten about him.
What do you suppose I've been thinking about, if not Tony?
Yeah? Well, I think he's a great little kid, and I think he deserves a break.
He'll be financially independent. That's one thing I can do for him.
Money again. Money's the answer to everything, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Sure. When he gets to be 16, he can have a man-to-man talk with his bank book.
By that time, I'll just be a dim memory.
You can't think of one reason for living, can you? Buddy, I really feel sorry for you.
Daddy,
Yes, son?
this engine's all busted.
Oh, let me see.
Can you fix it for me?
I'll try.
It's nothing like trying.
There you go.
Boy, you sure can fix things good, Daddy.
I'll get it. I have to take Tony home now.
Keep a secret.
Sure thing.
You know where I'll be when you get back from Europe, Tony?
Where, Daddy?
On a farm.
A real farm with cows and chickens? Can I come, Daddy?
Sure you can. No judge would deny a boy that privilege. Now run along with Collins, Tony.
We'll be seeing you, Shorty.
So long. Goodbye, Daddy.
Goodbye, Tony. Joe, do they have any swap shops in Kittery, Kansas?
Yeah, why?
Well, I was wondering if we could swap those 40 suits for one good plow.
Oh, you kidding? You're looking at the best horse trader this side of the Mississippi.
Hello, I'm Jack Lemon, and this is Miss Ida Lupino.
We were just getting ready to rehearse a scene for the next Ford Theater presentation, Marriageable Male.
Action?
Really, I've never had a model who was so sensitive. You're new at this, aren't you?
Well, yes, you might say so. I'm just sort of filling in with modeling until the right girl comes along, and then I'll get married.
Oh, that's nice. What will you do then? And what about a career?
Well, I'd be married. That's career enough for any man.
Yeah. You mean you'll expect your wife to support you?
Fine, let's do the tape.
Hope you'll be with us. We think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Theater has been presented on film by Ford and the Ford dealers of your community.